Tonight, calls for an apology from police.
What we see is you support a man that's been charged with 3 counts.
Controversial wristbands and their impact on a tenuous relationship between police and minorities. Good evening. There are calls tonight for the Ottawa police to apologize for a controversial wristband campaign. The wristbands are designed to show support for an officer charged with the death of a Somali Canadian. At a meeting of a committee designed to improve relations between police and minorities, many said the wristbands are doing just the opposite. CTV's Eric Longley was there and joins us live. Eric.
Yeah, Patricia, this wristband campaign was started privately by individual members of the police service, but critics say it's tarnishing the entire force. And at tonight's meeting of the Community and Police Action Committee, some of those critics say the force needs to take responsibility.
What you act on is what we see as a community, and when we're hearing the police officers say we're wearing our wristbands because we support him, what we see is you support a man that's been charged with 3 counts.
Dahabo Ahmed Omer sums up the problem many have with these wristbands, the one many Ottawa police officers are wearing in support of one of their own. Constable Daniel Monsignor is charged with 3 counts, including manslaughter in the 2016 death of Somali Canadian Abdirahman Abdi.
It's an insult. It's an affront.
The wristband campaign became the hot topic at this meeting of the Community and Police Action Committee, a group designed to build bridges between the police and minority communities. This night, it seemed the opposite was happening.
Do you wonder why the community does not trust the police?
Speakers making it known their communities find the wristbands offensive, leaving Deputy Chief Steve Bell the unenviable task of trying to explain a support program the police service didn't start or sanction in the first place.
We understand the hurt that it caused. As unintended as it may have been, we understand that hurt.
The question is, what, if anything, will be done about it? Some say the police need to apologize.
And I understand you didn't condone what happened, but what I've heard is that we regret that people were offended. What I haven't heard is that we're sorry.
The civilian co-chair of the Action Committee agrees.
I do feel that an apology would be helpful at this time.
It couldn't hurt. Critics say this latest fracture in police-community relations has set back the work of this very committee by several years. But even if the police service did issue an apology, it doesn't mean its members will stop wearing the wristbands off duty, making this a fracture with no easy cure. And the interesting thing about tonight was that no one seemed to take issue with the idea of police officers supporting one of their own, even one heading to trial. But they do take great issue with how they're going about it. They maintain that police are public servants and need to respect public opinion. Patricia.
CTV's Eric Longley reporting live for us tonight. Thank you.
Welcome.
Still related to the Abdi case, a sweeping report today calling for major changes to the way the police actions are investigated. Stark findings about how the Special Investigations Unit operates. In short, it is too secretive and the public doesn't know enough about the process. CTV's Katie Griffin reports.
It's cases like the death of Abdirahman Abdi that puts police actions under a microscope. Now, steps toward making those investigations across the province more open. In an effort to make the Special Investigations Unit more transparent, sweeping changes.
If the operations and decisions made by the oversight bodies are not made known or available to the public, then faith in the system gets eroded.
Justice Michael Tulloch announced 129 recommendations that would affect the Special Investigations Unit and 2 other bodies. Among them, releasing past and future SIU directors' reports where an officer was not charged, making coroner's inquests mandatory when a police officer's use of force is a direct contributor to a death, and urging the SIU to complete investigations within 120 days.
I think it adds a tremendous amount of transparency to a system that has been difficult to navigate.
The president of the Ottawa Police Association says standardizing education and giving the SIU authority to lay charges for any criminal or provincial offense uncovered during an SIU investigation is a good step.
They started a criminal investigation, but then they have the option of not laying a criminal charge. I think that removes, again, a lot of the politics and the pressure that has always been placed on them for not laying charges, and so by default they're laying criminal charges which have been inappropriate.
Defense lawyer Lawrence Greenspan says despite past reviews, there hasn't been much change in oversight bodies. He hopes that will change and the investigation process will be sped up for grieving families.
And that's going to mean, more resources at their disposal. They've got to get these results on a more timely basis because the families that are affected by the police misconduct, they need answers.
Attorney General Yasser Naqvi says 5 recommendations will be implemented right away. Others will take time.
Well, our task now is to, of course, engage those ministries, especially the Ministry of Community Safety and Correctional Services, so that we can all work together in the implementation of Justice Tulloch's report.
Katie Griffin, CTV News.